What we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. This is Exposé coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. I'm the regular host, TonyAkinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. Hello and welcome to Exposé with TonyAkinyemi this beautiful Monday evening, once again, 8 p.m. West African time. Depending on where you are viewing us from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And for those who will check this up after, we greet you as well, whatever your time of day. We're talking carrots and carrot juice. And during the last episode last week, we explored the nutritional profile of carrots. We concluded that all of us, except maybe very few exceptions, all of us need to, engage in consuming carrots. Carrots in the form of raw carrots, steamed carrots, sauteed in stir fries, or particularly carrot juice. And carrot juice can be mixed with other vegetable juices. Maybe carrot juice with green vegetable juice is a very powerful combination, particularly for those with low PCV who want to boost their PCV. I normally give them the combination of carrot juice plus beetroot juice plus deep green vegetable juice. Those three, wow, it's a powerful trio. And when you take that with vitamin B12 and folate, B12, B6, folate, that's another powerful trio that can go with the three combination, the three juices, and that can boost PCV almost overnight. If you have low blood level, carrot juice, beetroot juice, green vegetable juice like wheatgrass juice, barleygrass juice, or spirulina, chlorella, those are deep green vegetables. And when you combine the three, and then you take vitamin B12, B6, and folic acid, oh, wow, your PCV climbs up and climbs up and climbs up. All right. I gave you a joke that my children cracked on me when they were very young. They told me that rabbits don't wear glasses because they eat a lot of carrots. And so in our family, we consume a lot of carrots. Okay. So today I want to wear my glasses, but not my reading glasses. I don't have reading glasses anyway. What I have is a blue light blocking glasses. All right. So that's my blue light blocking glasses. And then I also decided to wear my carrot-colored dress today. So what I'm wearing is very close to carrot color, just on purpose, all right? Because today we're talking carrot juice. And when you see carrot juice in a transparent glass, it's something close to what I'm wearing, all right? Okay, so let's talk carrot juice today. Carrot juice, for me, is a general tonic for the body. And everybody, almost everybody should be drinking it. Carrot juice helps in delivering high doses of therapeutic agents into the body. It helps to prevent cell degeneration and actually promotes cell regeneration. It prevents degeneration and it promotes regeneration of cells. It's loaded with antioxidants or antioxidants, depending on which part of the world you come from. And it also offers special nutrition for the eyes as well as for the skin. Everyone interested in regaining and retaining good health should include carrot juice on their daily menu. So how do we make carrot juice? Now, many people are confused when it comes to the difference between a juicer and a blender. Okay? A juicer is a juice extractor that you use in extracting juices from vegetables, fruits, and even nuts and seeds, okay? And so when you want to make carrot juice, a juice extractor is required in order to make your carrot juice, not a blender. Some people blend and then they sieve. Well, That's a way of impoverizing, but that's not the best approach. The best approach is to use a good juice extractor. And so I dare you to please commit to, invest in, get a good juice extractor for your kitchen, for your family. It's an investment in your health. And today I'll be giving you some tips on the type of juicers that you should be looking at. Now, a juicer, like I said, is different from a blender. Now, you need to add water to whatever you are blending in a blender before most blenders can blend. There are some very powerful blenders that with little or no water can still blend. But most blenders, when you put whatever you want to blend into that blender, you need to add some form of fluid, some form of liquid, whether it is water or milk or something else, to blend. But that is not required. A liquid is not required in a juicer. Okay? You don't need to add water to a juicer when you are juicing carrot or juicing any vegetable for that matter. Now, again, a blender blends the whole carrot together or the whole vegetable together or anything you're blending, everything. The blender blends everything, the fiber and everything. There is nothing that is eliminated. Everything is in there. On the other hand, a juicer simply crushes and then squeezes the juice out of the carrot or the vegetable, whatever it is you're blending. And then it separates the juice from the fiber. So the juice comes out one way, the fiber comes out another way. So usually there are two exit points in the juicer. When you drop whatever produce you are juicing, the juice is coming out from one point and the fiber is coming out from another point. We're going to show you a little demonstration today to see how that happens, okay? So when the juice comes out one way, the fiber comes out another way, you simply collect the juice in a container and it's ready to drink. You don't need to add any water. You don't need to add anything to it. You don't need to, pasteurize it. You don't need to boil it or cook it. You just drink it. Okay, now there's no need to boil. There's no need to add any preservative to your carrot juice. You make it fresh and you drink it fresh. Drink immediately or you refrigerate. And you keep it in the fridge for a maximum of, let's say, 72 hours, 3 days, depending on the type of juicer that you used in extracting the juice. Now, if you use a centrifugal juicer to extract your juice, the nutrients in the juice may not be able to keep for longer than a few hours before it begins to deteriorate and degenerate and degrade. Because the centrifugal juicer is so fast that it will trap a lot of air containing oxygen and sets the oxidation process in motion. But when you use the right kind of juicer, like the masticating juicer or triturating juicer or hydraulic press juicer, we're going to be talking about that as we go on today. Those are excellent juicers that are low RPM. RPM stands for revolutions per minute. As the juicer rolls, as the motor of the juicer rolls the auger, either a single auger or twin auger, it rolls it very slowly so it does not trap air and so it does not heat up. And so the juice you are producing is not warm. Neither does it trap a lot of oxygen because it is slow moving. So when it comes to juicing, the slower your juicer, the better the quality of juice that you get. When you see any juicer that is running on turbo, that is running like a supersonic aircraft, then that is not a good juicer. The slower, the better. If you use a triturating or masticating juicer, the nutrients in the juice can keep for between 24 and 72 hours in the refrigerator without adding any preservative, without cooking, without boiling, without pasteurizing. All right. So now let's talk about juice extractors. Now, juice extractors are also known as juicers or juicing machines, and they are used to extract the juices of fruits and vegetables. And there are different types, like you must have heard me mention today, different types and different grades of juice extractors on the market. All juicers are not the same. What I see many people buy and they call juicers is actually what I call toys. When I see some of those toys, I tell them, hey, give that to your 10-year-old daughter to practice and to learn. Okay? That's not the kind of juicer you should have in your home. Now, principally, the technology of juice extraction, that's number one. The speed of rotation of the motor, that's number two. The capacity of the motor, how many watts, how many horsepower, that's number three. Number four, the user friendliness, that's number four. Then the operating noise level, that's number five. The ease of cleaning, that's number six. And then whether it vibrates, how silent, how vibrating, or how some of the juicers, when they're operating, they are shifting on the desk, they are moving, and they don't stay on the same spot. You have to use your hand to hold it. Those are things that you look for when you are buying a juicer. All of these things and a few other factors help in determining the quality and the grade of a juicer. All juicers are not the same. So as a result, the quality of juice that you get from your juicer is a function of the type and the grade of the juice extractor that you use, okay? Now, I know of three principal types of juicers when it comes to the technology of juice extraction, okay? And I would categorize them this way on the basis of their juice extracting technology. I would say one category would be centrifugal juicers, and I will explain that later. Centrifugal juicers. Most of the juicers that I call toys all over the place, they are centrifugal juicers. Okay? Then the second category are masticating juicers. Those are juicers that more or less chew the produce. Masticating. And then we have the third category, which in my view, in my opinion, they are the best category, they are the best juicers, okay? That is, the category of triturating and hydraulic juicers, or two-step triturator press juicers. Those are the best types of juicers when it comes to the type of technology that is used in manufacturing them. Okay, so let's talk about centrifugal juicers. Now, centrifugal juicers employ a spinning basket with stainless steel teeth, to tear the fruits of vegetables apart. The juice is then extracted by centrifugal action into a jar. So you see the basket in the centrifugal juicer, is something like that. A round basket, the base is lower and then the upper is wider for the most part. And then it has teeth, so that as the vegetable is put in there and then you have a plunger to press it against the teeth kind of, chews it. It tears the fruit, it tears the vegetable and bites it, and then by the time it tears it into pieces, and then it spins at a very high speed. The basket spins at a very high speed, high RPM, high revolution per minute, several revolutions per minute. And it is through the spinning action that the basket, through the holes in the basket, the juice goes through the hole and gets out, and then is collected and drains into the pouch, where you put a jar to collect the juice that is emerging. That's a centrifugal juicer. These types of juicers are of the lowest grade, in my opinion. The lowest grade. Unfortunately, these are the brands that are most popular and most common all over the place, including in my country here, Nigeria. They are very cheap, very, very, very cheap, damn cheap. Come on. And so many people go for that because they think, well, why would you sell me a juicer that is going to cost me $400 US, $500 US, when I can buy one for $25? Yeah, well, the price alone, even though pricing may not necessarily be a good factor in determining quality, but quite often price determines quality as well. Okay? Now, centrifugal juicers are the cheapest in the market, and expectedly, they also produce the lowest quality of juices for the following reasons, okay? One of the reasons I don't like centrifugal juicers is because they do not extract 100% of the juice in your produce, in your fruits or in your vegetables. They waste your produce. Now, if you get like, let's say, 10 sticks of sizable carrots, 10 carrots, sizable size, okay? And you juice it in 3 different categories of juicers. Juice 10 carrots, same size, in a centrifugal juicer. Juice 10 in a masticating juicer. And juice 10 in the triturating hydraulic press juicer. And the amount of juice you are going to be able to extract from the centrifugal juicer may not be more than half of a glass. And for the same amount of carrot, you can get maybe a full glass or even 1.5 glasses in a masticating juicer. And then you might even get 2 glasses in a triturating and hydraulic press juicer. So the different juicers squeeze out the juice in your produce more. So when you buy a cheap centrifugal juicer, one of the things you lose is that you'll be wasting money a lot in buying vegetables to juice, in buying fruits to juice, because the juice you'll be getting will be so little that the money you thought you have saved in the acquisition of the juicer, you are actually going to waste it in the consumables that you continue to buy. As you buy your carrots, buy your vegetables, buy your tomatoes, you'll be wasting the produce because you won't be getting all the juices that you need from those vegetables. So a high percentage of the juice is lost. Then the pulp is expelled, and the pulp that is expelled is still wet. In fact, sometimes the pulp from centrifugal juicers, the fiber that is expelled to be thrown away, is actually still dripping with juice. Sometimes some people have to go through juicing it a second time, to get more juice out of it. And that consumes a lot of time and makes it even to warm up, the juicer to warm up and the juice to warm up even more. Okay? So the money saved in buying a cheap juicer is lost over time in the amount of fruits and amount of vegetables required to make the juices. And then the quality of the juice you make is not as rich in terms of nutrients, because most of the nutrients are left back in the vegetables because they are not all squeezed out. So what you get is more of the water in the vegetables than the nutrients in the vegetable. The juice you get from centrifugal juicers, they are not rich, they are not creamy. They are very light, almost like water, colored water. So you lose a lot of money, you lose a lot of nutrients, and you don't get the therapeutic effect as much. Okay, the centrifugal basket spins so fast that the juice also traps air, oxygen, and this hastens oxidation and leads to fast nutrient degradation. Thus, the juice produced cannot last too long before it begins to oxidize. It has to be consumed almost immediately after juicing, or else all the nutrients in the juice will be lost again, the little one that you got. So the implication is that one has to juice several times a day if you are using centrifugal juicer for therapeutic juicing, okay? And this could be very cumbersome. So you juice the one you drink in the morning because you can't keep it for long, it will spoil. And then in the afternoon, when you want to drink, you go back to juicing. In the evening, you go back to juicing. That could be very discouraging and overwhelming, okay? So, but when you use the right type of juicers, you can juice enough for 3 days and keep them in the refrigerator in glass jars. And for the next 3 days, you don't need to juice anymore. You have made enough juices for 72 hours. That's the benefit you get when you acquire the right juicer. Don't go away. We're going to be back shortly after this break. Don't forget that what we need is not more medication, but more education. For the best prescription is knowledge. This is an Exposé with TonyAkinyemi, coming to you every Monday evening, 8 p.m. West African time. I'll be back very shortly.
Meet Emily. She is passionate about living a healthy life, but finds it difficult to access information on health and wellness.
Cancer is survivable.
That is until she discovered the online healthy living training offered by Reverend TonyAkinyemi on lms.rafainstitute.org. The online healthy living training program is a comprehensive interactive course that covers topics such as nutrition, fitness, stress management, and mental health. The course is designed to provide participants with practical tips and strategies to improve their health and well-being. Emily is now equipped with the knowledge and skills she needs to live a healthy life. Join Emily and countless others in living a healthy life by signing up for the online healthy living training program today.
Welcome back. This is still Exposé with TonyAkinyemi. We're talking carrot and carrot juice. Right now, we're focusing on the right type of juicers to make your carrot juice. Don't make your carrot juice with blenders. Make it with juicers or juice extractors or juicing machines. And we have looked at 3 different technologies used in making juicers. One is the centrifugal technology. The other one is the masticating technology. And the third one is the triturating hydraulic press technology. Now, we have explained why centrifugal juicers are not the best juicers to buy. Okay? I've given you two reasons why that is so. One is because they don't extract 100% of what you want to extract from your produce. So they waste your produce and you get very little and low quality juices from them. Number two is the fact that the speed of extraction is so high, the RPM, revolutions per minute, is so high that it traps a lot of air, a lot of oxygen into the juice that makes it to start oxidizing and degrading. You can't store the juice you make from centrifugal juicers for long. Of course, many people use, industrial size centrifugal juicers to make, a plenty, kind of juice for commercial purposes. Now, if it's just for social drinking, then maybe that's okay. But if you're juicing for health, particularly for therapeutic purposes, for someone who is sick and who wants to use juice therapy as part of their therapy, then you cannot afford to use centrifugal juicer. It has to be a masticating, triturating, hydraulic press juicer. That's when you get therapeutic quality in terms of your juice. Now, I'll give you two more reasons why centrifugal juicers are not the best. One is the fact that the high speed of rotation of the electric motor generates a lot of heat. And this has two implications. First, it generates a lot of heat that can burn the coil. And that's why most centrifugal juicers don't last. Some of them 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, and the coil has burnt and it requires recoiling or replacing, okay? Because it heats up very quickly, so the tendency to burn is very easy. So it doesn't last long. Now, some good juicers can last for 20 years, but most centrifugal juicers, if it lasts for 20 months, that's a miracle. Some of them 20 weeks, some of them 20 days, maybe even 20 hours. Now, the second implication is that it also heats up the juice produced, thus threatening the delicate enzymes and the raw nutrients in the juice. When you are juicing to drink, that is raw food, raw eating. You're not supposed to heat it up. Once the juicer itself begins to heat up the juice, you're already losing some nutrients to heat because some nutrients are thermosensitive, heat sensitive. That's the third reason centrifugal juicers are not the best. The fourth reason is that the electric motors in most of the centrifugal juicers are very small, and therefore they are not rugged. Like I said, they don't usually last. Most centrifugal juicers need to be replaced within 2 months or maximum 2 years, whereas others can last for as long as 20 years. Okay, so that's centrifugal juicers. Now let's go on to masticating juicers. Of course, to masticate means to chew. Just like when you are chewing your food in your mouth, you are masticating it, okay? Masticating juicers are the next best juicers, next to the triturating hydraulic press juicers. Now, this is the type that I recommend for starters. Unlike the two-step triturator press juicers, masticating juicers are single-step juicers. Now, the juices produced by them are of higher grade and nutritional quality than those of the centrifugal juicers. Now, of course, the two-step triturator press juicers produce better juices than even the masticating juicer. Now, the electric motors of masticating juicers are more rugged than those of centrifugal juicers, and they run at lower speeds, lower revolutions per minute. Juices produced by them can store for upwards of 72 hours, particularly if vacuum-packed and refrigerated, without losing nutritional quality or enzyme content. They can last that long, okay? Now, there are different grades, different brands of masticating juicers on the market. Juicers also come either in domestic versions or commercial grades, professional grades. Now, the commercial grades carry more rugged and higher power, electric motors. So they can last longer because you're juicing all day in your restaurant, in your juice restaurant or wherever. And so the motors have to be very rugged. They can be used in restaurants, they can be used in juice bars to make fresh juices for customers on the spot. All right, of course, I've seen some juice bars where they still use centrifugal juicers to make juices for customers, but then they may have 1, 2, 3, or 4 of those juicers. So when they use this one for 30 minutes, then they let it rest, then they switch to this one, they let it rest, then they switch to that one. I would suggest that such restaurants should switch to masticating juicers or triturating juicers. They will get better value for their investment, because then what they used to make just 2 cups of juices from centrifugal juicers, they might be able to make 3 or even 4 cups from the same amount of fruits and vegetables. And so that makes them more money. Whatever you invested in purchase, you will gain over time in the amount of juices you make from your produce. Okay, so generally, masticating juicers last for upwards of 10 to 20 years if properly used. All that may be needed to keep masticating juicers running is to keep replacing small replaceable parts, that may wear out, during use due to wear and tear. Most masticating juicers also have optional accessories, that can be attached to them to perform other functions like grinding grains, like making baby foods, making ice cream, making whole grain pasta at home, and what have you. Now, manual masticating juicers that do not require electricity are also available. Now, example is the Z-Star manual juicer made by a company known as Tribest. Tribest. You can go to tribest.com or tribestlife.com, and you will find a list of all these wonderful juicers there. Now, the third category of juicers are the triturating hydraulic juicers. Now, these types of juicers triturate the fruit or vegetable and then utilize gentle hydraulic press to extract the juice. It's like you first of all crush the produce. Let's say carrot, for example. It is crushed, it is triturated, and then it is put in a bag, and then it is pressed, and then the juices come out. That is the type of juicer that it can be used for commercial uses too, and they are very expensive. In my view, they are the best. Now, Dr. Norman Walker is reputed to have been the inventor of this type of juicer, and his own brand is actually called the Norwalk juicer. The Norwalk, Norwlk, coined from his name and his surname. His name is Norman, Norman, and his surname is Walker, Walker. So Nor from Norman and Walk from Walker. So it forms Norwalk, the Norwalk juicer. You can Google that and check it out and see the images. It's an example of this hydraulic juicer. It's a 2-step juicer, okay? Now, it's a good juicing technology in the first place. It extracts quality juice in the second place, and these types of juicers are the most expensive in the market. You can use it for commercial purposes, and if you can afford to, it is one of the best juicers to give you, high-quality therapeutic juices. Now, so when you want to buy a juicer, what are the things you need to consider? From everything I have been saying, by now, you should be able to really know what constitutes a good juice extractor. But I'm going to, crystallize all the points and give them to you right away. What should I consider in choosing an appropriate juice extractor? Number 1, you must look for a juicer that doesn't heat up the juice. Number 2, a juicer that does not trap air in the juice. Number 3, a juicer that expels dry pulp, very dry pulp. And that means it is extracting much juice and not wasting your produce. Number 4, a juicer with a slow RPM, slow running motor. Number 5, a juicer that is made of non-corrodible acid and alkaline resistant materials, not made of materials that can leach into the juice, like aluminum, for example, that can contact the juice and leach into the juice, or plastic with BPA that can leach into the juice. No aluminum parts. Even if the juicer has aluminum parts, the aluminum part must never touch the produce or the juice. If it has plastic parts, the plastic part should not touch, or it should be BPA-free plastic. Okay, that's number 5. Number 6, it must be a juicer that doesn't make too much noise, very silent, quiet juicer. Number 7, it must be a juicer that does not vibrate too much or move about while operating. Number 8, it must be a juicer that does not mess up the table with leaked juice. Juice leaking all over the place and messing up your table. Number 9, it must be a juicer that can run fairly long enough to make enough juice for a family before it becomes hot and then stops. And number 10, it must be a juicer that is very easy to clean. Number 11, it must be a juicer that is user-friendly, easy to assemble, easy to operate, easy to dismantle. And number 12, it must be a juicer with a reasonable manufacturer's warranty. Some manufacturers will give you 5 years warranty, 10 years warranty. That's the kind of juicer you should go for. Number 13, a juicer that can last for at least 10 years before you start, needing to change this and change that or repair it or discard it. Number 14, it must be a juicer that can be operated by electricity and or manually. Number 15, it must be a juicer that is made of all stainless steel juicing parts. The juicing parts that contact your juice, contact your produce, must be all stainless steel. Okay? And then number 16, I believe, a juicer in which the juice does not come in contact with aluminum parts. Aluminum is a toxic metal that we have talked about. It can leach into your juice. Aluminum has been implicated for Alzheimer's disease and neurodegenerative, condition. And it must be a juicer that has, maybe other functions apart from juicing that you can utilize, like for making purees, for making baby food, for making nut milk, for making even pasta. All right. Now I'm going to show you, as I begin to round up, examples of great juicers on the market. Now, number 1 I'll talk about is the Green Star juicer. Of course, it's a star among juicers, the Green Star. Now, the Green Star juicer is a twin gear triturating juicer. There are 2, long augers. The augers are long, one rolls clockwise, the other one rolls anti-clockwise. And as they roll, in opposite direction, they squeeze the produce in between them and squeeze out, they crush and squeeze, okay? It's a twin gear, and it is said to be the first twin gear juicer to hit the market. Of course, there are many, many imitations out there right now, but the Green Star is said to be the first twin gear juicer to hit the market, okay? And it is the ultimate domestic juicer that every family must aim to own as a part of their investment towards the good health of the entire family. The Green Star juicer offers several advantages over other types of juicers in its class. It expels a drier pulp. This means more juice from the same quantity of vegetables or fruits. Its low RPM motor generates less heat, and this minimizes enzyme loss and nutrient loss. The twin gear, the gears, actually crush the vegetables and fruits rather than cutting them. Now, the Green Star also has magnets located within its twin gears so that the juice produced will pass through a magnetic field that enhances the stability of the molecules of the juice. Few people know about bioelectricity. Now, every raw food carries bioelectric charges that are lost or weakened through cooking, processing, and so on. The more bioelectrically charged your food is, the healthier it is. The Green Star juicer was awarded the Silver Award of Excellence in the category of equipment by the prestigious Alive Academy of Nutrition during the 2002 Canadian Health Food Association Fall Trade Show. It was also, rated number 1 among juicers in the Stiftung Warentest Review, the top German consumer product review in their publication. The Green Star juicer comes in different grades. You have the Green Star 1000, Green Star 2000, Green Star 3000, Green Star Gold, Green Star Elite, Green Star Commercial, Green Star Professional. These are the different grades. And then the next best one after the Green Star will be the Solo Star. There used to be the Solo Star, then the Solo Star 2, then the Solo Star 3. I think currently, as of 2023, they are on Solo Star 4. Now, the Solo Star juicer is an excellent masticating juicer as well, and I highly recommend it as a good investment in your family's health. Now, I expect every family that cannot afford the Green Star to go for the Solo Star. It has a longer auger than most juicers in its category. Okay, it also has a twin extraction point, even though it's one auger, but along the length of the auger, it it has an initial extraction point and a second extraction point. So that's a twin extraction point to make the pulp drier and get more juice out of your produce. So the juice it produces is very rich, and the pulp ejected is very dry. Now, you only need to run your carrots or other vegetables and fruits through it once to get your maximum extraction. And then the third one is the manual one, the Z-Star. And then it also has a conversion unit that can actually be attached to the Solo Star to make the Solo Star manual as well. Now, the Z-Star is a manual juicer. The conversion unit enables you to convert your Solo Star to a manual juicer when there is no electricity. Now, this is suitable for villages with no electricity or even cities and towns that experience frequent power failures. People tell me, oh, I don't juice because there's no electricity, in our area and blah, blah, blah. We have only 2 hours of electricity per day. These are things that affect, third world countries, by the way. So if you are in such a situation, the Z-Star manual juicer is a good one for you. And then there is the youngest and the smallest and the least in the category of good juicers in my view, and that's the Shine juicer. The Shine juicer is a vertical triturating slow juicer. It's a pocket-friendly juicer for those who are unable to afford the high-end juicers like Green Star or Solo Star, and it juices very well as well. It may not be as rugged as the Green Star or the Solo Star. It may not be able to work for long like the Green Star or the Solo Star, but then in its own category, it does a good job. Now, when it comes to juicing, the slower your juicer, the better. So the low RPM of the Shine juicer is a big selling point, and for other juicers in that category, okay, I call it the lady juicer, okay, not because of anything else, but just because of its elegance, all right? Now, so when you juice your juices, one other thing I must tell you before I sign off is that you must not store your juices in plastic jars. Please store your juices in glass jars. Very, very important. And when you are juicing, focus on juicing vegetables rather than juicing fruits. Now, I'm not saying you should not juice fruits at all, but I found out that many people, when they have a juicer, they focus more on the fruits because the fruits are sweeter. So you have a lot of pineapple juice, a lot of watermelon juice, because those ones are very, very sweet, orange juice. There are special juicers, of course, for citruses, different from all these ones that I have highlighted. Now, they are called citrus juicers, specifically designed and suited for juicing oranges, lemon, lime, and what have you. But when you are juicing, please eat your fruits whole for the most part with the fiber to control your sugar uptake in the digestive tract. Okay? But you can juice your vegetables and drink. And some people ask me, no, all the pulp, the fiber that we're throwing away, isn't fiber necessary? Of course, fiber is necessary. But we're saying we want to get the medicine out of the vegetables in the form of juices and drink so that even when your digestive tract is sluggish, it doesn't matter. It's pre-digested more or less. It's absorbed very easily into your bloodstream. And then for your fiber, you will get that when you eat your salad. Okay, so drink your juice first, medicine. And then 30 minutes later, when you want to eat your meal, eat a bowl of salad and then your cooked food. That's where you get your fiber. So don't be concerned about fiber when it comes to the juicing. You will get your fiber from your food, from your salad. Okay, so focus more on vegetable juices, minimize fruit juices. You can also make nut milk as well with your juicers. Smoothies are fantastic. This is where you need smoothie makers or blenders to blend everything together and not just extracting the juice, okay? Now, so the pulp that leaves your juicer, what do you do with it? Am I going to throw everything away? Of course, there are many other uses you can put your pulp to. Some people use it in baking. They add it to their baking, products, and they bake, high fiber kind of pastries with it, cookies and different things like that. Some people use it, in different other ways. Some use it to make compost, to make manure. Some people use it to feed their animals. Different ways to use your pulp. You don't have to throw them away. They don't have to be wasted. Thank you for spending your wonderful evening with me today on Exposé with TonyAkinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education. For the best prescription, of course, is knowledge. Share this video with your friends and family and your enemies so they can become your friend. And if you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button right now, and also share with your loved ones. And then give us a thumbs up as well. We thank you very much. Do have a very beautiful week ahead of you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Meet Emily. She is passionate about living a healthy life, but finds it difficult to access information on health and wellness.
Cancer is survivable.
That is until she discovered the online healthy living training offered by Reverend TonyAkinyemi on lms.rafainstitute.org. The online healthy living training program is a comprehensive interactive course that covers topics such as nutrition, fitness, stress management, and mental health. The course is designed to provide participants with practical tips and strategies to improve their health and well-being. Emily is now equipped with the knowledge and skills she needs to live a healthy life. Join Emily and countless others in living a healthy life by signing up for the online healthy living training program today.